Support for Let Me Book the Territory is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in man's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate man hygiene bundle.
Join over 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. And if my math is right, that's about 14 million balls.
Dang, that's a lot of balls. A-Dub. You got to get 20% off and free shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code TERRITORY. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
What in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus?
Okay, here's what I would have done. Bro, no one cares what you would have done. Actually, everyone cares. Welcome to Let Me Book the Territory, the podcast made for smart marks and nostalgia nerds. Brought to you by the Embrace the Turn Up Podcast Network. And now your hosts, A-Dub, EBA, E-Ray, and J-Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of the oldest of ages, welcome to the greatest wrestling podcast of all time. It is Let Me Book the Territory. It is I, E-Ray, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the man of 7/8 teeth, Kevin Browens himself, here at your service, and I am joined by the fellas. That's our new nickname right now. We got the Bloodline.
I like it.
Got the NWO.
I like that.
The fellas.
Yeah.
One third of this group being A-Dub, the always constipated. What's going on, Brody?
The phenomenal A-Dub Styles is here, and I am ready to see what I say on this pod that gets booked on the show tomorrow.
Yeah. You
I
know
am
how
ready.
it goes.
Nostradamus, if we will.
Negro Dubbus.
There you go.
There we go.
And
Call me now. I book
There
your
we go,
territory.
Mr. Heel. Also, that other mysterious voice that you heard, the guy behind the curtain,
The man with
I had
his
to
head
stop
up your
myself.
nose.
That was wild. That was wild. I'm not even
You
gonna
gotta
say what I
go
was
for it
thinking
next
about.
time. Just go for it.
That's
Just
such a
dive
good,
in.
such a good one. I'm gonna say it offline, but we have Ken Strap Jones himself, the man, the myth, the beanie. It is BADBIC. What's going on, Bro Tato?
My bro days. What is good? BADBIC, aka Black IRS, aka Big Papa Dump in the building. Coming right at you.
Holla if you smell. Got a bean burrito talking back at me.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
all right.
I had some dude at my 9 to 5 breaking down gas station burritos like it was like fucking fantasy football, with that being said. But yes,
Like
yes,
man,
man, it was deep. But respect to that guy, his love for gas station food all around the country. But yes,
Get
BA,
a chili cheese.
What was his number one? What was his number one gas station burrito?
Laredo. He said they have great burritos. Shout out if y'all know that place. It's more toward.
It feels
Yeah,
racist.
I don't know. He said
If you
Laredo.
have Laredo's, it's probably in Laredo.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's what he
Texas.
said.
Or I don't know. Either way,
Yeah, next time I talk
if
to him,
you
I'll get
eat
that.
at
info.
Laredo's, you have a 33.3% chance of shitting yourself before you make it home. Don't know if it happens or not. Let us know. But hey, guys, if you don't know, go to Laredo.
Yeah, fire burritos.
Here we go. Great read. Anywho, it is the fellas back to talk the craziest weeks and the funnest shit in wrestling that we've observed over the week. Dub, do you got somewhere you want to start? Let me know.
War games.
Oh, that was your best. That was your best impression. You got it.
Yeah, that's all I got.
War games.
I was never able to, master my British accent because I didn't have to do my NXT UK impression because I never watched it ever.
Really?
Okay.
Ever. I'm just saying, but Isla Dawn is going to be a problem. Lyra Valkyrie is going to be a problem.
That's not the same person. I was like, what is all these fucking God of War characters popping up on my damn television screen? North mythology is done, okay?
I thought Vince left. I was about to say.
Yeah, right. Thor and all this shit.
Ridiculous gimmicks.
Ugh.
Well, Mr. D,
all right.
All right, y'all. I'll ask later as we should go through the show. Save it for later.
Well, Odin's Raven. That's the next fucking debut. Anyway, sorry guys.
Oh, Raven comes back.
Odin's Raven. He just has one eye. Is like, Odin's Raven, Great Scott, or some weird shit. Like I don't like this.
So it's just Raven trying to do a Norse accent. I'm all in.
Damn it.
I'm all in. Book it. All right, guys. So Survivor Series happened on Saturday night. I was a big fan of this card. I'm not gonna lie. There's only one match that I was disappointed in, and I don't even want to say disappointed because I didn't expect much from it. That being said, I'm just gonna run down the card and kind of get your guys' thoughts real quick.
Never mind.
Yeah, go ahead and guess.
It's too easy.
Yeah, it's only 5 matches.
Yeah, come on.
Not hard to tell.
I mean, it's only one match that would
5 matches.
You would just be like, you look at it, read this card real quick, Dub, and let's just listen to the match. Like, I wonder.
Women's War Game match: Team Belair versus Team Bayley. First match. Probably not that one. AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, second match of the night.
Okay.
Better than expected, in all honesty. But continue.
I mean, I expected greatness out of those guys, but that's just me. Third match of the night. Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi.
Maybe? I don't know. Probably not that one. That one was probably great, right? It's probably amazing.
Yeah. Stranger things have happened. Fourth match of the night, you had Theory, you had Seth freaking Rollins, and Bobby Lashley for the U.S.
It's gotta be that one. That one had to be the shittiest match, and you didn't expect nothing from it, right?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. And, of course, the last match of the night was the Bloodline versus the Brutes and the 2 honorary Brutes in another War Game.
Just mad Brutes.
A lot of brutish behavior.
Is that a thing? Or the colonized, as it would be, because
if it was the 80s, they probably would be called that. Not in 2022, though.
I'm
for sure.
But with that said, let's run through this card real quick. Let me ask, as we just kind of listed off some of the matches, or the matches, I should say. BA, what was your match of the night?
I have a feeling we're gonna hear this at least one more time, but the triple threat match, just because I knew it was gonna be pretty good, but I didn't expect all of the things that happened, like all the big spots, like Bobby Lashley trying to put them both in the Hurt Lock at the same time. That was fucking hilarious.
That was so cool.
And then the biggest surprise,
like your older brother would do,
right? Like, come here, choke both of y'all at the same damn time, right?
Sit your asses down.
Definitely reminded me of some shit my uncle would have did when he was babysitting us back in the day. But also the biggest thing about that match was Theory going over those 2 guys. That was the shocker to me. So that was my match of the night, E-Ray.
Okay. Dub, what was your surprise of the night? Let's mix it up a little bit.
I like
my surprise of the night. it's theory going over. I mean, like there wasn't like a world where I could say like, oh, there's no way it's happening, but like the way they did it protected both of the other guys, and it also like put Theory in like right in the pocket that he needs to be in. A guy that can, oh yeah, he can fucking go, but also he's gonna get those wins that just piss you off and make you want to see him get beat up again.
Keeping that heel energy too through all of it.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. That was my biggest surprise. I thought Bobby was gonna get that belt back by like just putting them. Well, I thought when he put them both in the Hurt Lock, I thought that was the end of the match right there.
I was like, oh, that's a strong ass finish.
Yeah,
and I think they had enough moments like that where you're like, oh, that's strong, and you're like, oh, that's about to end this, and then it kept going. You're like, oh, okay. So
Seth with the super stomp, like,
yeah,
that was one of the coolest spots I've ever seen.
Over Theory's back, stepped on his back like a disrespect, and then curb stomp Bobby Lashley, a black man. American History X. I'm triggered. It bothers me to this day.
It's your fault, Edward Norton.
Right. Damn you, Edward. Right. Where is Edward Furlong? Yeah, we just need the Edwards. Battle the Edwards back, right?
I was about to say Edward Furlong in this scenario would probably be Ali, who did not show up for this beatdown. But yes, continue.
That's true. or he'd be sitting there like trying to teach a fucking cyborg murderous robot Spanish.
True.
Hasta la vista, baby. Talk to the hand. Like what? Edward Furlong has a very interesting career.
Yeah, we'll save that for the other pod.
Yeah, I was like, I got so many
that's a discussion for the other pod.
But be that as it may, since you guys are both just like loving this match so much, I gotta be the resident spoiler, the resident hater, just a little bit. It's hard to do because this again, as well, was my match of the night, or at least a tie with another match. But the ending was what really kind of drove me a little crazy. I don't know if this was Bobby Lashley's fault. I don't know if it was the camera guy's fault, but he completely whiffed on the spear. So it took me out of that suspension of disbelief to see, like, I need somebody to lay that fucking spear in, and then the guy falls on top of him. That's how you sell that shit. So watching Bobby, like, do this weird tuck and roll shit, and it didn't, like, really hit Seth in the chest, like, square on to make Theory fall, like, right on top of him. Perfect. It's a nitpicky, minute fucking thing, but it just took away from that match, because that match was brilliant. So yeah, I don't know, I'm not gonna give them too much shit, but that was just like, damn, if they would have sold that, it easily would have just been like, oh, that's my match of the night. It was incredible.
So it looked to me in that spot that might have been a little on Bobby, because Bobby's always fully head down when he delivers a spear. He's just kind of dependent on his opponent to be there. So any like slight movement, Bobby's not hitting that spear flush, because he always does that
roll,
that tuck and roll. And to me, that's what makes the spear look like way different than everybody else's, because it doesn't like he's spearing you, he's spearing through you, and you just happen to be there at the time. So, but you know, just full activation of suspension of disbelief on. I'm like, this is a cool spot. They didn't get it all, but I was all in.
I mean, again, like I said, nitpicky, but as the hype that I have for that match, it did take it down a notch from me, just because I'm like, I really wanted to see it like land and lay in, and then that really just like, oh my god, that's masterful.
But that's how powerful Bobby Lashley is. Even if he's hitting you with just his wrist, running at full speed, you're not getting up.
The anime, he just like, and then he just zooms past you. He's still in his stance. He looks up and you're like, all these fucking patches hit your chest.
Exactly.
And then you explode.
Fist
and
of
then
the North
Seth Rollins did. Right, yes. I bought that game, by the way. PlayStation Network, $5.
Exactly. Anime's better than the game, but that, again, another podcast. the movie.
I'm just saying.
Yes, the game was dope
yeah.
too. I remember the
Anybody's
game.
an overpowered anime character.
Yes, but I was gonna say, E-Ray, to Dub's point, just like this podcast, he's almighty, man. He can just it don't take the whole thing to hit for it to do what it got to do. So.
Oh, so you talk? Never mind. Nope. Not even gonna do it, guys.
That was in the perfect spot, but I understand. I get you. I get you.
That. Never mind.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just gonna completely go away from that. So, guys, we love that match. What did y'all guys think about the opener, the women's war game match?
Yeah. Just...
I mean, it was cool.
Dub don't sound like.
All
Sound like you're trying to convince yourself. It was cool.
I think Dub is spoiled.
So I watched on the replay, and they might have cleaned it up a little bit, but to me, there wasn't anything that made this match like super memorable to me.
Okay.
So that's my only drawback with it.
You
like,
know,
was it bad? No. Was it great?
Reasons, though,
no.
Dub.
Was it?
Reasons for that.
What?
Well,
Okay,
I'll just give you the two that stick out to me. One, there's 2 War Games matches in the night, right? And you can't, because War Games is such an emotional match as far as the history of it. It's supposed to be the blow-off matches, even though it wasn't kind of structured that way in this pay-per-view. Those matches are like 45, 50-minute matches if they're done correctly. Right,
40-minute
so
matches, yeah.
You don't want to suck all that energy out of the room, even though like there was some spots. You had a couple big spots, but to your point, Dub, there weren't any huge spots. But I don't think that there could have been to the level in which we were used to during the takeover days of War Games, where you see that opening War Games match and it's, oh my God, like Jesus Christ, like he just did a moonsault off the goddamn cage, and we know we're an hour into this pay-per-view. Like they don't want to hit like that. It's not, you can't have that same like NXT.
Here's where I disagree with you, BN.
Let's hear it.
This opener, the following match was AJ Styles and Finn Balor. If you needed anybody to say, hey, we're just gonna let them go and you're gonna have to deliver after some really high spots, it's AJ Styles and Finn Balor.
True. I can't argue with that in a traditional sense.
So that's my thing.
How
like,
many?
Yeah, like let them
to rebut
go.
That point, how many OC and Judgment Day run-ins with Finn Balor and AJ Styles have we seen up until that point? It's not like this is something we haven't seen yet up until that point.
Right. We've seen both these groups have run-ins together, but this is only the second time in all of wrestling history that AJ Styles and Finn Balor have been in a singles match against each other. And again, if you're gonna have somebody follow that up, it's not like they followed it up with the women's title match, which was awful upon awful upon awful. They followed it up with 2 of the greatest of all time. And that's my thing. And like when you look at that women's War Games match, there's War Games veterans in there. Io Sky has done things in War Games matches that you be like, damn. To this day, to quote Deontay Wilder. Bianca Belair has done some amazing things in War Games matches. Rhea Ripley, top rope riptides, like, and then you got somebody who's just well versed in everything as Bayley.
Hold up, sorry, gotta step in here. I know it wasn't the greatest War Games match we've ever seen,
right?
And yes, you made a lot of fair points because I 1,000% agree. There were so many War Games vets in there that it was like, oh, this is the time to give it to us because, like I said, we seen Io Sky / Io Shirai do a fucking psycho moonsault off the top of the cage onto like 6 people. It was like, fuck, that's incredible. Or
she put a trash can on her head and then jumped off the top of the cage.
I was gonna get to that. So we've seen that, but with that said, even though that was great, I have to give an MVP of the War Games match. My MVP will go to, drum roll please, King Dakota Kai. Oh my gosh, she took the craziest bumps. She had some of the best sell jobs in the biz. Like every time she did something, I was like, oh, she's dead. Oh my God, she's broken in half. Oh my God, she's broken in half. Oh, it's gotta be a stop. Like I was like, what the? Every time, and she got like catapulted. The way and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was Bianca picked her up and like buckle bombed her, but just onto the fucking gate, and she just hit the shit like.
Oh yeah, that was funny as fuck.
That was
funny as hell.
It was so dead. It wasn't like a good sail or anything. It was just like, oh, boom. And then she just hit the ground. I was like, oh, fuck. It's like, damn, she ain't had no protection for that. And I was like, this is what I was waiting for. Like, every time she caught something, I think she caught like a code breaker or some shit. Like, she was just getting fucked up all across the match. But she kept me into it. So it was like, as much as we didn't see crazy spots, she took crazy bumps where I was like, oh my gosh. And I loved that she was really playing it up. And it was just a really good job by her. So that worked for me. If anything, if I don't remember anything else about this women's war games, it will definitely be the crazy bumps that Dakota Kai took and how dope she was. I was like, man, I love this squad of heels. That was a fantastic heel squad. We had Nikki Cross sitting there at the top of the cage just laughing, and I was like, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
She didn't even have to do nothing crazy. She was just sitting there like, Nikki. Like, I was like, yeah, that's it. I'm with it. I was just so excited about that. So again, it was it the most memorable? Was it a spot fest? No, but it was quite enjoyable. I would say definitely probably third-ish of my favorite matches of the evening.
That's fair. And I was gonna say, like, we're talking about the crazy spots. There's one thing I wanted to kind of say about that is I think that you see those style of war games matches in the old Black and Gold, or even when they were leading into 2.0, because that's the brand of wrestling they were on. Like, God, this is
Right.
sports entertainment. So
Yep.
sports entertainment of sports entertainment. So they gonna tell stories. Like E-Ray said, like, it's a lot of selling going on. They're more trying to sell to the point of what E-Ray's saying, the suspension of belief of the match. So I get it. I love those fucking matches. Hell, I was watching 2 nights ago. I was watching the War Games with Undisputed Era versus the one that KO came in on randomly. I was watching that one the other night. So I love that style of War Games, but I just don't think that they know how to present this to that main roster crowd yet. I think next year you'll get a little bit more of your crazy spots. I think just this year, I don't think they thought the crowd was ready for all that yet.
So you think they do war games next year?
Really?
I don't.
I was thinking possibly the same, but
why
I wouldn't
not? Let me
mind
hear
it
this.
because Survivor Series sucks.
Historically,
I
yes.
think because they're gonna do a draft after Mania, and they're probably gonna split the belts up after Mania, you go back to gang warfare next year.
Why can't you have
honestly.
gangs
Wait.
fighting in war games though? I don't understand that.
Because war games is supposed to be a blow off to a
With
long
gangs,
feud.
why can't we have 2 gangs feuding and they blow off at war games?
No. The gang warfare be Raw versus
Oh,
SmackDown.
those gangs. I thought we were talking about factions and shit. That's what I want.
No, we got gang warfare all over the place. Bloodline, Legato,
But
gangs.
even more so to that point, why can't we have a Raw versus SmackDown War Games match? Why can't that happen?
Because think about how quick the build is to Survivor Series. Like, it's only when you do it Raw versus SmackDown, they only do a month of build.
Yeah,
True,
they wear
but
the
there's
same
also
fucking
rumor
colored
of
t-shirts.
there's rumors of some of these premium live events disappearing though next year. So that will leave more space for build to that point. If that happens.
True.
I just don't see it personally. I think this is a one-off for right now, and I think you might see it down the line. But I think they kind of want to keep this special, so I think they go back to Red versus Blue, Bloods Crips Survivor Series next year.
I hope you're
honestly.
wrong.
Especially with the splitting up the belts after Roman
I
goes
get
to
the
Hollywood.
splitting up of
Yeah.
the belts, but I just
second that emotion.
yeah,
I don't want it. I do not want the. I'm Team Raw after y'all been beating each other's ass for like
yeah.
5 to 7 months, and then just you put all these feuds behind you because y'all got the same T-shirt,
Right.
Y'all like the same
Agreed.
merch.
Yeah.
Like, get that shit out of here. I hate that. And that's why Survivor Series has been historically ass for me. Like every year, it is never something I want to watch because I cannot just picture, so now bum ass Baron Corbin is now best friends with so-and-so just because they wearing the same fucking shirt. It's stupid. And I hate the Team Raw. Like, what's the honor in Team Raw?
Who cares?
Like, y'all been shitting on like how bad Raw is or how bad SmackDown is, and now all of a sudden I represent the Raw brand. Like, it's trash.
Right.
So if anything, like, I get what you're saying, but I hope that War Games stays. But I will say I disagree. I don't think it will ever turn to a spot fest because I think there's just a differentiation of brands. War Games and NXT is about the spots. It's about that indie, more filling style.
Mm-hmm.
And here in the big main roster land, it's more so about like, let's tell some stories. Let's kind of continue some feuds because they're not blowing off anything. It's like a continuation, retelling. And yeah, again, it's a long ass match. You got to wait for all 10 people to get in, and then they got to have some co-fighting and shit, and then some random person gets pinned. So it's a lot of wrestling to watch, but I think that's actually probably better storytelling wise than just this random month of brand on brand action.
I agree.
Hey, look, I hope I'm wrong, but I just think they're going to go back to the gang warfare. But that being said, the continuation of stories, we got the next match. We have a continuation of two stories leading into that match. First off, Dominic Mysterio showed up to Rey Mysterio's house, beat his ass in front of his wife.
Oh, family.
With Big Mommy Cool, a.k.a. Rhea
with family
Ripley.
Pictures in the background. Somebody was like, hey, I didn't sign that NDA. Blur my face out in that wedding picture.
I'm just here for dinner.
No, they blurred out Ray's face. That was Ray's face.
Oh.
Because he can't show his face. Come on.
Wait.
Remember when he opened the door, he was putting his mask on.
So you telling me he didn't wear his mask for his wedding? What a fucking joke.
Right. What kind of luchador is
Ray.
he?
Right. You ain't real. Show your real love.
Right.
You love your wife more than you love your heritage?
Right.
Your lineage?
It's crazy. Anyways, we got that, and then we got this match. AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. The battle of the original Bullet Club leaders. Fellas, thoughts on this match? Second time ever it's only happened, so a little bit of build up there.
Y'all gonna be mad at me? I didn't really care for it that much. It didn't do it for me.
Really?
I was like, okay.
I thought their first match was better, but
I had sentiments of E-Ray walking into the match. Like, all right, this is like I've seen it before. Like, hopefully it just meets where that mid level of where I expect it to be, and it was a little bit better to me because it was interference and it didn't feel like there was the interference really impacted what was going on in the match, and for them to still put on a quality match, because that was worrying me about it. The fact that I knew somebody was going to try to get involved, but the involvement didn't really mess up the match. So that's where it popped better for me. So wasn't that bad.
Okay. All right.
Not bad show.
All right.
Or match.
We'll get off of that match. It was a good match. You guys didn't think it was great. I thought it was just a good match, and the first one was better.
Getting to the next.
But let's get to what E-Ray believes is match of the night. And of course, I'm talking about Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi for the SmackDown Women's title. E-Ray, why was this your match of the night?
Well, easily put, it wasn't. and it never would be, never could be. And full disclosure here, I was on a fantastic voyage around this time, so I don't even remember this match. This match was so not good that I was like, you know what? I don't necessarily have to be like fully in my right coherent brain to watch this. And I wasn't. And I was like, what is happening? Ronda Rousey is 8 feet tall. She is Godzilla. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Didn't even really remember it. I was like, oh, Shotzi. It didn't really go that long. It didn't go like it was no surprises. I never felt like, oh shit, she might do it. And I was like, oh, it's over. Okay, cool. They just like get out the way. But I feel like they've done this before with Shotzi. So it's like, why why is this even here? Like, did y'all just run out of people to put against Ronda for now? Because that's what it feels like to me. And I was like,
it looks like it.
It rang very hollow. And I was like, so y'all haven't really done anything with Shotzi. And then you're going to try to like this mini heat up with Raquel Rodriguez for her to just get a random title shot again to get neutralized by Ronda yet again. I was like, I didn't get it. So it was no emotion behind it. You know, I'm one of the biggest Shotzi guys in the biz. And I was like, I still don't care. Ronda Rousey with that dramatic ass Black Swan makeup. I love that movie. I do not like that look on her. They try to give her a cleavage patch and it doesn't work. Like, I'm like, what? About? I don't know what they're doing with Ronda. And I'm just like, you just look generic. Like, maybe you got to lean more into wrestling. Like, remember when Bobby Lashley just wore all black? I was like, you look like a creative character. Like, that's how they start WWE. You just have on the stuff. Like, no, there's no glitz to it. There's no name. Now his shit, it has like all the accoutrement of a real motherfucking like wrestling superstar. And like, that's what you need. You need that versus fucking, I don't even know what this shit was. Like, why is Ronda? I don't know. Ronda doesn't do it for me. BA mentioned something that made me chuckle. There was a Twitter. We live on the Twitter sphere until Elon Musk pushes the button and shuts that shit down.
Happen any minute.
But,
could be happening now.
Yeah. All right, it might be. Like, well, find us on I don't know where, but
we'll figure it out.
Find us on MySpace,
right?
Guys.
Right next to Time on MySpace. Second friend in
programming my
territory Black Planet page.
Yeah, mi gente.
Who gonna be in our top 10 next week's episode?
I'm programming my backspace now, so where shit can twinkle in the back and play some music. No matter what I do. Oh yes, God. It's back.
Jesus, nostalgia cringe.
Everybody had Dilemma in the background, like, oh shit, Nelly and Kelly now.
Because I love her, but I'm begging her, and I don't know what to do. No.
Yeah. That was what was that Trey Songz? Not
Can't help but wait.
That was the haters anthem. No, that's the haters anthem. That shit was fire, but bad hater.
I don't want to leave.
No. What was it? The last time.
Oh
this is
yeah.
The last time. All caught up. Yeah, they come. I'm living two different lives, bitch. Yeah, that's what we talking about.
His music got canceled like R. Kelly did after he did what he did.
I know, right?
Yeah,
that's
crazy,
wild.
Bro.
And no comments on any of that.
No,
no comments. But right, I will say this: I wish Ronda Rousey was living two different lives. I think she should be a professional wrestler and then like a UFC fighter, but they're just trying to like bland her gimmick out and be like, oh, well, professional fighter in the big like avenue and big mainstream arena that is professional wrestling. They didn't do that with like a Jake Paul. They don't do that with anybody else. They allow them to grow and be this big character. I think by trying to make Ronda Rousey a spectacle, they're actually doing her a disservice. Because the thing is with her running mate there, you get a lot of like, she came from the UFC as well, but you get a lot of the Shayna Baszler character is still professional wrestling. The outfit, the wardrobe, the music, the mannerisms, like they haven't found anything for Ronda. They're like, hey Ronda, just be Ronda. Go out there and be Ronda. And she's like, I don't know what Ronda is. Like, I was winning at one point and I got kicked in the face. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And they're like, no, you'll be great. You'll just be great. And that's not working. Like, that's the problem. So again, with the Twitter sphere, there was something floating around out there that was like, in 1 year, Jade Cargill has become a better professional wrestler than Ronda Rousey. And I as much as I dislike the AEW diehards, have to wholeheartedly agree, because there is never a actual Ronda Rousey match where I'm excited for how she comes out, how she looks, how she wrestles, her in-ring work. I'm just like, is this over? I'm booking her to lose like she's Bron Breakker 2.0.
That's fair.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
Like, it legitimately. But even him, he has a better presentation than her because he doesn't have the baggage of being a tough guy, professional. Like, he don't have all the UFC shit. Because again, they try to do that with Lashley. It's like, oh, Lashley is this guy, and then he was just like, oh, I just wear all black. And then now that he's in his final form, I know he's like 78 now. Black don't crack, but still, he looks the part just now of a professional wrestler. At this rate with Ronda, she ain't gonna look like Bobby when she gets that age. I'm just saying. So y'all gotta, speed the time up. It's like bananas, dog. Speed the timeline up.
So she gonna age like milk.
I didn't want to say it, but just saying. And that for me is the big thing. So Jade Cargill looks like money. She feels like a major deal, even if her wrestling work isn't the greatest. If Ronda felt as big as Jade Cargill did and didn't wrestle that good, I would be perfectly fine with it because we are in the sport of professional wrestling.
Support for Let Me Book the Territory is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle.
Join over 7 million worldwide who trust Manscaped with the exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 14 million balls.
Damn! That's a lot of balls, E-Ray. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code TERRITORY. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Sports entertainment. And again, The Miz isn't the best wrestler, but he's fucking entertaining. So you can do something with that. I don't get that from Ronda. So it's literally just like a suck fest. And I'm like, oh, between that big ass leather jacket. How many fucking cows had to die for her to come out in this oversized leather jacket like she's
That's because it's
Brian
Roddy
Barber?
Piper. She won't put it away.
All
I don't
of
know why. If I had Roddy
It's not
Piper's
even
jacket,
him,
I wouldn't
though.
even
Get
be
that shit
wearing
tailored.
it. It's ridiculous.
Get it tailored. That's like Kim Kardashian's kids wearing fucking Michael Jackson's hat from Smooth Criminal.
Yeah.
Getting makeup on it. Fucking
Don't even.
Rage!
It's yeah.
Sorry.
I'm with you, E-Ray. Trust me on that. With all the things you said. But with that said, the Ronda Rousey problem is, y'all, she has no personality. To be a good professional wrestler, you have to be like, you have to have a gimmick of some nature for people to be like, yeah, I vibe with that, or I hate that. There's nothing there either way. So it naturally goes to the boo this woman and get her out of here. That's why they had Fire Ronda Rousey trending on Twitter for like almost a whole half a day from Monday Night Raw until the next morning. Wild. Never seen that many people all agree. AEW diehard, WWE diehard, indie, mud show wrestling freaks, all wanting her gone. That's hard to unify in our very in our wrestling world, in the IWC. So if they could somehow teach at the Performance Center, I know they teach them how to cut promos, but I don't know if they can teach them how to be just more relatable to the audience. Well, that's what she needs.
So it's not even relatability. It's just when you create a character and you become it full force, good or bad, and you turn it up to 1,000, people will either resonate with it one way or another. You either love it, you hate it, you'll have a reaction. I think our only reaction to Ronda is like, get off my TV.
Yeah,
it's the bad type.
You got
of
that
heat.
go away
so,
heat.
Yeah, so to me, I think Jay Cargill, I think Bron Breakker, so many others, like literally, I used to listen to the Chris Jericho podcast all the time, and before he was like all magged out and crazy, he definitely had a lot of guests on there, and every guest would always talk about how they came up through the Performance Center, and they would always have a Dusty Rhodes impression and talk about how influential Dusty Rhodes was in helping them create a gimmick and helping them create a character and helping them find. He helped Sasha Banks. He helped Big E. He helped
Tyrus become Brodus Clay.
The Funkadactyl.
That's a true story. There's an interview out there him praising Dusty Rhodes to suck it up and do this gimmick.
Everybody has misses, I guess.
Not really, because
it got him over. I'm not even saying that tongue in cheek. He got over.
That's
kids remember that shit.
You don't like it.
People that were kids in that time frame remember him as that.
Call my mama. Somebody call my mama.
So terrible.
Oh my god. All right, guys. Let me just say this real quick, and we'll put a bow on Ronda Rousey. I just want to remind you guys and the fans out there that Vince decided that Sasha and Naomi were going to drop the tag belts so he could job out Sasha to Ronda to make Ronda look strong.
He did.
And Sasha said no.
Hell no. Because
she said, I'm out. And now we probably never getting Sasha Banks back because she's out here smoking weed, having a blast.
I mean, that decision on Vince's part definitely felt like he was smoking something, right? And with that, guys, we're going to take a break to talk to you about Diet Smoke. Diet Smoke makes legal federal weed, premium THC products discreetly delivered right to your door. Diet Smoke variety guarantees they're a product for everyone. Whether you're looking for a light buzz at the end of the day to take the edge off, BA definitely does that because he got like 17 kids. He got a whole wife at home.
Yes.
He got Grandma Mabel just sitting there. Hey, BA, I need you to go ahead and get my marbles. He's like, fuck out of here, Grandma. I'm fucking high right now. I need my THC. Where's my Diet Smoke?
I can't argue with 80%.
Kids like, these are gummy bears. These are gummy. There ain't no gummy bears. They're motherfucking Diet Smokes. Get out of here, kids. And you got to be careful because, again, BA really needs to take the edge off. Or, again, in BA's case, something a little stronger for the days of a real adventure. Yes. They've got you covered, a.k.a. the Delta 9s.
Literally holding 30 bags of them in my hands right now. The apple cider flavor. Amazing, fellas and women. Amazing.
Most importantly, Diet Smoke is great for all levels of THC consumers. That means everybody from E-Ray, the beginner, to BA, the level 9 expert demigorgon god of THC
as
products.
I eat one live during this read. And I'm not joking.
Look, experienced users love the Delta 9 high for when they can't melt into their couch and still want to function. And Us Weekly just named Diet Smoke's Delta 8 gummies as the best for beginners. And boy, let me tell you, a reason why I didn't watch that Ronda match is because I just hit one of them Delta 8 beginner joints. And I was like, what? I thought I was Ronda. I was sitting there bobbing and weaving. Shantae! I know you in here. Get away from me. And
the EA was running from the tank.
I was like, look, you're not going to choke me out. Where's my arm bar? I was like grabbing people. I was doing wild shit. But again, for me personally, who is not much of a THC user, I was very surprised with, number one, the mildness of the feeling, the mild buzz that I was getting, and then how it lasted over time. So for me personally, it was a great little distance where I was like, oh shit, Stone Cold. I was really into the wrestling that I was watching. And then I'm also just sitting on my couch giggling at my girlfriend. And again, with Diet Smoke, they have fantastic products, but also fantastic flavors. I personally enjoyed the blue raspberry. That was quite a delicious high, but they also have the apple cider that BA was just talking about.
Just consumed.
And,
amazing.
And just consumed and amazing. And so many others, right? So again, I'll say I love it because again, whether you're a beginner like myself or a level 9 Jedi and this shit like BA, you can really enjoy it. But again, the high is very, very mild, nice mild buzz that gradually builds over time. That was my experience. And then last thing, Diet Smoke cares about their customers. So on top of the guaranteed quality through available lab tests, they consistently release new flavors to keep their experience fresh. They also have a blackberry.
Yep.
They have a watermelon. I know, rest in peace to our guy Gallagher. Let's smash some fruit. I know they made that for Gallagher. You can't tell me. I was in the lab when I suggested that shit.
And for the record, I didn't kill Gallagher just because I brought him up the day before he passed away. I did not kill him. Continue. I'm sorry, E-Ray. I had to get that out there.
I mean, hey, he had to pass, so Diet Smoke could honor him in the proper way with the watermelon gummies, the Delta 8. It's a beautiful thing. But again, each flavor is handpicked through several weeks of testing and sampling before release. Best of all, if you don't enjoy your experience, their friendly customer service team will quickly address your issues. So for us, our team here at Let Me Book the Territory, our listeners, we teamed up with Diet Smoke to now have you the ability to shop using the code Territory for 20% off your order. And that is code Territory for 20% off at Diet Smoke. Guys, if you don't do anything else, you need to get away from your kids. You need to cut the bullshit. You just had a long day at work, like myself. I work in a strenuous, high roller position. I got people calling me every day like, "Hey, I need my money." Shut up, mother! I need my Diet Smoke. Pop one of them apple ciders and a blueberry. I'm going crazy. Blue raspberry apple cider.
Oh, yeah.
You can mix and match. But again, they always recommend you take one and then you can rise up the ranks to see what level of Jedi you're going to end up. But the fun is it's a beautiful thing to enjoy, but not go too crazy. Federally legal, and it gets shipped discreetly to your door. Again, you can go to dietsmoke.com and order with the code Territory for 20% off of your first purchase at Diet Smoke. Guys, enjoy. And if you are a listener of Inaudible Ruckus podcast, tune in for this week's episode because there will be some hilarity thanks to Diet Smoke. Appreciate it. And now, guys.
Listen, E-Ray may or may not consume one before the episode.
Not gonna say anything.
Maybe or
but
maybe
guys,
Hopefully
with that
too.
said, if you really want a good episode, stay tuned. And back to the show.
Yeah, guys. So, what goes real great with a Diet Smoke gummy? That wargames match that finished off the night.
Oh,
the Bloodline, the greatest faction of all time.
Cinema. And that's right. I said it, AEW diehard. Cinema, as y'all were trying to drag people on Twitter for calling it cinema. Yes, it was cinema. They told a beautiful story in the ring. And I'm out. So nice, I may watch it for a third time tonight just because talking about it gets me excited. Man.
Yeah. Full on, raged up, boner town. I was crying. Like, oh my God, it's so beautiful.
When the tribal chief entered the ring and there was 5-on-5, them staring at each other across the ring, I literally had goosebumps, fellas. Goosebumps. I was like, what is about to happen?
And we act like this shit don't happen every fucking war games. Everybody stands up, they look at each other, and then they go to hammer it. But it's just
different because it was the tribal chief, though. We ain't never seen Roman in a match like that. That's why I was pumped. I was like, oh shit.
And then there's that added element of like all those guys are really beat up. Like Jay can barely stand up, and Sammy's standing right next to Roman. Like
it was so much.
And the fact that we knew Kevin Owens was going in and we wanted to see how they interacted. They kind of kept Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn away from each other the entire night. And you like, oh, it's palpable. the energy, you could cut it with a fucking knife. And I'm like, I can't wait, because again, with the added layer of long-term storytelling, Sammy and KO have had some of the greatest matches in WWE history, and they haven't been there for that long. It's literally like within a decade of time, they've had incredible feuds and matches where Fight Forever chants may have started. Like literally, because they just punch each other in the face, doing crazy ladder spots. Like every time WWE was like, oh, we don't have shit else for you, we're about to give you Roman and Brock for the 18th time. Let's just put Sammy versus KO randomly here. No build.
Break in case of emergency.
And it works every time. So with that already built into your mind, you're like, oh my gosh, if Sammy and KO's about to enter the ring, are they going to go right after each other? What's going to happen? And they didn't. And they kept teasing, and like Jay would stop them, or he would get into something else. KO and Jay, KO and Jimmy. Oh, here comes Solo. All these different experiences are happening. And then finally you get KO squared up with Roman. He catches him with a pop-up power bomb where everybody's like we've never seen that before, but it just feels so much more massive because this character is so much bigger than what he used to be. So larger than life. You're like, oh my God. He catches him with a pop-up power bomb. He catches him with a stunner, and you're like, oh, this shit is over. And then Sammy comes in and does what? He doesn't hit KO. He does not do anything like that. He grabs the ref's hand and stops the count. And that's fucking compelling as hell. You're like, oh God. I lost my shit.
Because at that point, you still don't know if Sammy's going to turn the other way. Because he didn't commit any violence towards KO yet. You're like, oh, he stopped the ref, and is he still conflicted?
That's what it was. It was the tightrope walking. He literally straddling the fence, and he's walking such a fine line. He breaks up the count, but he doesn't do it in the abusive fashion. He does it like, oh, I gotta stop the ref from counting. You're like, oh, that's so good. And then Kevin Owens looks at him like, what the fuck? And then they're like, oh, it's just the energy. And then everybody again starts to fight again. So you get all this stuff ending with a Jay versus KO type of interaction. Sammy pushes Jay out the way. He looks at Roman. He gives KO a ball blaster 3000 via whose move is that? That's damn, what's my guy's name? Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles.
Him and AJ Styles, the 30 match feud they had.
You gotta pose with it. Like fucking KO Ken, Kentucky Fried Chicken uppercut his scrotum. And then after that, he lays him down and gives the sacrifice to none other than main event Jey Uso. And if you don't feel that shit, oh my gosh, it's fucking palpable. He gets him with the splash, gives him the pin, and when Jay and Sammy embrace, crowd goes fucking wild. I lost my shit. Man, you can't do better than that. Sorry.
Probably the biggest pop I've heard since Cody came back.
Definitely.
Accurate.
Easily.
Just unreal.
And even more so, I don't know if y'all gonna bring this up or not, but
it's the guy.
Sammy's face. His yeah, I did it. I can't believe I just did it. But I don't know if I should have did it. But I did it. And I'm bloodline. But am I bloodline? So it was, you can see all of that all over his face. Yeah, man. He's another one that they should be nervous about him going to Hollywood, because he could easily be on that comedian train that Dolph and Mick Foley on, because he's a character, man. Dude knows how to sell and live that comedy gimmick. So
I hear that, BA, but Sammy's one of those guys. he's one of those guys like this is all he's ever wanted.
Right,
to
I
do.
feel you. And the Hollywood comment is more tongue in cheek. I'm not saying it like that, but I'm saying if he wanted to go that route, he could easily go that route. Like he.
Oh yeah, he's the best actor in the company right now.
So,
yeah,
yeah,
Sami Zayn hasn't failed at anything they've given him at all, ever in the WWE thus far. Quote me on it. Look it up. Try to prove me wrong. Every single gimmick storyline he's gotten over, whether he was a
100%.
psycho Che Guevara type fucking rant leader, whether he was an internet conspiracy theorist, he comes back and he's the second but also actual intercontinental belt holder when he was the NXT super white meat babyface, and then Kevin Owens power bombs on the hardest part of the ring, breaking up their friendship. When he's facing the whole cast of Jackass, he almost stole the show of WrestleMania. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This guy is incredible. I don't care what you have to say. And all these are spectacles of the character. We're not even talking about the wrestling, because this motherfucker can go. I love Sami Zayn in ring work. And I hadn't even mentioned it. I'm just talking about the character work he does. So, again, this is easily one of the matches of the night for me. And it was like almost solely because of Sami Zayn's work. So if Dakota Kai was my MVP of the women's War Games match, Sami Zayn easily gets the MVP of the men's War Games match. Hands down.
Sami Zayn's probably MVP of the company for the past 3 months.
Absolutely.
Or longer.
The work they're doing with that story is just it's phenomenal. Let me pitch this to you guys. So we know that they have to break this up at some point, and they have to stick the landing in order for BA to finally respect him as the greatest faction of all time. Elimination Chamber is in Montreal. Do you break them up before, and do you give Sammy that title match?
You know my feelings. Do I even have to speak on this? I mean, okay.
Yes.
I was the one who pitched it. There was the tweet that came out. I think it was us and Fourth Rope that were discussing, like, oh my gosh, what if they had the schedule leaked and Kevin Owens is supposed to face Roman Reigns in January, and then Sami Zayn in February, and then The Rock in April, and there's like, oh my gosh, you guys see The Rock? I was like, I don't give a fuck about The Rock if Sami Zayn is going to be facing Roman Reigns in Elimination Chamber in Montreal. Like, you don't know, that pop is going to be motherfucking nuclear. If Sami Zayn has now shed the bloodline shit, and they disrespected him, they kind of kick him out, or they just turn their back on him, and now he's kind of like that rogue Sammy and almost getting that babyface love again. He's going to come out the underdog. He probably isn't going to win, but just him coming out would be crazy, let alone if he was able to top Roman. That would be the craziest, and I do mean craziest, decision ever, and I would go so hard for it.
Okay,
I would lose my shit.
I'm glad you said that he probably won't win that match. So we still got to get to Rock and Roman at Mania. You agree there, right?
If they're gonna do it, fucking do it. Stop dick teasing me. I'm at BA territory with this shit now. Like, listen, we're already married. I'm here, damn it. Lay down.
So, but here's my question. If they don't pull that belt off of Roman at Elimination Chamber and put it on Sammy, how do you get that belt off of Roman before Mania?
That's the point.
Maybe he just loses it at Mania. Can he just lose it and go away for 3 months?
No.
Is that allowed?
He can't lose it to The Rock.
Lose to the
No,
Rock?
not the titles.
And then they both
that would
leave?
be
Gross.
terrible.
So
That's
you
my
gotta
point. Like, how do you get that? How do you book that belt off of Roman if you don't do it at Elimination Chamber for
literally
Sammy?
have to do it for Sammy. Sammy then maybe has the KO turn again. Do that on the main stage, and that's their feud. Book them off. Now you have the belts off of Roman. Roman and The Rock can go at it. Doesn't matter who wins, but the title does not need to be involved. I hope at all costs that that Triple H is wiser than his stepdaddy, his daddy-in-law. Like, I'll call him everything. His grandpappy, Dr. Pappy. I hope he's wiser than Vince McMahon in that regard, because Vince just was like, hey, you know what? There's another story that we're going to talk about, because since we mentioned KO, but essentially he took the belt off KO, and then it was Brock versus Goldberg. No one wanted that. Then nobody definitely wanted that shit for the title. And that is exactly how I feel about Rock Roman. Even though I would be much more happy for it to happen, it does not need a title. It's a spectacle in itself. It's kind of like having Brock versus Bobby Lashley. They're going to continue that feud.
Right.
You don't need a belt involved. So again, remove the belt. Roman has to lose. If he loses it in February, that's a great title reign. He had that shit for 600 something days. He can lose to Sammy. It's not going to hurt him. Like, maybe have a cage match, maybe have, I don't know, some type of interference, maybe KO helps him, whatever happens. But if Sammy actually pulls it off, because he is a wrestling guy, he can wrestle, but he also is the character, and he's an incredible character, and somebody that I never thought would win the main heavyweight belt, but I've always wanted it. I would lose my shit. And so many people could get behind Sammy, and then the opponents for Sammy would just be like incredible. I love it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Sammy winning that belt in Montreal after the history with the Montreal screw job.
Explosions.
That place would go so crazy the cameras would literally shake.
Cameras explode. Like, it would be sparks just coming out of people's body like fucking Highlander. Just scanners, heads exploding out of nowhere left and right. That shit would be incredible. It would be similar to when we thought Drew was going to win in his hometown. We thought Drew was about to win. If Drew would have won that belt, that shit would have exploded. Take that times a billion. Because Montreal is one of the most original wrestling territories. It's like one of the birthplaces of wrestling. And having one of their own homegrown heroes being able to move, that's just like, essentially, is hyperbole accepted here. It would be like having Brett win again in your eyes, because again, the Montreal screw job and just righting the wrong. It's so many things that it just means. It's oh my God.
Hey. What if Sammy wins and then KO comes out to him and congratulate him, just like at the NXT?
And stuns him.
Turns on him again. Long term
on the major stage. It would be so good.
You might see that, honestly.
KO's definitely a better heel.
The Montreal fans would be so confused they wouldn't know what to do. Are we cheering? Are we booing? Because it's all about us. Like,
I'd explode. I've been dead. I would have been dead. As soon as he went the 1, 2, 3, it would be, man. And this is how it goes to show you, black people are a beautiful bunch here. Because I know I can't speak for you guys, but for me personally, I don't recall. I don't think I shed a tear, but I did get very choked up when Kofi won the belt.
Oh, that was awesome.
It was so good. It was so great. This moment, if Sammy was to win the belt in Montreal, it would be equal in my eyes. That's how major this is, because I just love wrestling. And again, as a black person, we're so like not anti everything else. We just love fucking the shit we love. Like, we love our shit, but we just love the shit. So again, with wrestling, I loved Kofi winning the belt, but I was like, all right, I just needed that moment because it just didn't happen. Sammy, that's a fantastic story to tell, and it does so much to end the Roman shit. it had, because Sammy was involved with it, and then they turn on him, and then he gets his final comeuppance, and apparently William Regal just enters the match, gives us a low blow. Thanks. But it's just nuts. I couldn't do anything else but just like explode. I think I would literally cry tears because I love Sammy. I've been a Sami Zayn guy for such a long time. Sami Zayn and KO, particularly because when KO first debuted on the main roster, I'm like, yeah, he's not gonna win, and he fucking beat John Cena, threw the US belt down, and then held up the NXT title. I was like, my God, that is incredible. That never happens. Blew my mind. So for something as major as Sami Zayn, somebody I've been putting over forever, to win the title, maybe switch it, unify it, turn it into something like a new undisputed type title, I would lose it. It'd be incredible.
Can't knock it.
Same. I'm not mad at any of that. I think we've talked enough Survivor Series, guys. You know, gave it a good solid hour. What do you guys think?
I'm good with that.
I'm done. I blew my load. I'm so happy.
I had a great time with it, so it deserved that hour, in my opinion.
Get on your knees.
All right. I don't know what's
right. I'm trying not to look so I don't laugh.
Not sure if I want to know.
I'm crazy. But I mean, along with that, Survivor Series was great. Monday night happened, and guys, I don't know about you, but there was some highlights to my Monday. One, I was sitting there on my couch enjoying a Yams challenge videos, and no, that's not what it sounds like. I realized that as I said that. Sounds wild. For those that don't know, just put it in your Twitter search. I promise you, nothing will be flagged. You won't get any malware on your computer. But the Yams challenge, and coincidentally, as these beautiful people are singing, "Can I get to them yams?" Bailey comes out like it was her theme song, and I was like, "Oh, can I get to the yams? Yams." I was like, oh my God.
Support for Let Me Book the Territory is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision engineered for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate in men's hygiene bundle.
Join over 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 14 million balls.
Damn, that's a lot of balls, BA. But get 20% off and free shipping with the code TERRITORY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. And use code TERRITORY. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Thank you, Bailey. It looks like you are that STNA that lives on the west side of Cleveland that has 3 mixed children. And I love it. I love it.
Oh my God.
I want some more of it. I'm just saying.
Y'all wild, bro.
Hey, that's
E-Rage wild. I won't lump
He's
Joe
reliving
to
his. He is reliving his days.
Just saying. But that was a big highlight for me. I loved watching Damage Control versus Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch in her new old persona, the man, the Bowie man. I don't know what she is right now, but
the man 2.0 is what I'm calling it. It's 2.0 okay. Man.
2.0 man.
Yeah.
Man.0. Yeah. Man. I don't know. Whatever. Just beating the shit out of Damage Control, throwing them all around like the foam fingers and shit. I was like, this is incredible. Love that. They really took use of the arena. And then always happy to see my guys. They were back. Street Profits in a big way.
Profits are up.
Profits are up, and they really wanted the smoke. Dawkins, Montez both look fantastic, in great shape. They went against my other team, the Alpha Academy, and my God, they also look fantastic. You're always going to get a good match. They have great chemistry. But the surprise for me, move the fuck over racist Hulk Hogan. Montez said, hold my motherfucking beer. And he picked up and power slammed the big boy, Otis Dosovic. What did you the big what did you guys think about that? Because I lost my shit.
Oh, love the match. Love anytime the Street Profits are on television. I feel like the Street Profits are the gimmick that me and E-Ray were supposed to have, but we decided not to try out. And yeah, I mean, Bianca picked up Otis, so Montez had to show he could do it too. I'm sure they'll cover that on their TV show they're getting.
Love
you
that
know,
too.
so I'm all for it. I can't wait till they take those tag belts off the Usos, because I think each brand can have a really good tag division.
Yeah.
But they got to get those belts off the Usos first. Not that I'm rushing it, because again, the Bloodline is the greatest faction of all time. Because we the one.
Ugh.
All time shit.
But
man.
I love it.
Ugh. Anyway, yeah.
BA. All right. Can you function? Are you diet smoked out?
Oh no, not smoked out at all.
Is your brain?
I'm trying not
your
to look
brain-
at Twitter because Kanye West is wilding out right now. I'm trying not to look at it, but it's like a car
he is
crash.
the heel of the century.
Man.
Heel of the century.
I didn't know he's really competing with like Twitter in general right now. Who could be more egregious, the actual Twitter universe or him? But I think he's winning.
He's winning.
Oh, he's winning.
But to your point, E-Ray, about the Otis
That's
slam,
Iron Survivor right there.
right? He's wilding. To your point about the Otis slam, that shit was great, especially because Montez's wife did the same thing to Otis, to Big O. I think that was during the Thunderdome era, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? I believe that happened.
Yeah, where they had the challenge where she had to like walk with them or something.
Yeah, it was wild, but she did it because she's the EST, and that's what the EST do. So that her husband had to show anything you could do, I could do it too. So yeah, I thought it was cool. It was funny to me.
And he's huge and still hitting
him and MJF goes to
frog
the
splash.
Him and MJF have the same personal trainer. So that's all I'll say.
And the Liver King. That guy too.
You said that.
Not the Liver King.
Like Montez, never mind.
Oh.
The veins are popping out of your nostrils.
Right.
How is that possible?
I didn't know your nose had muscles in it. I thought it was just cartilage and bone. Look at these nose ups I'm doing. Nose ups, 3 sets of 10.
You ain't never did push-ups with your cartilage in your nose? No. What? What?
No, sir.
my
Fine
God.
God.
Oh man, but yes, that was cool about Monday Night Raw. Did we discuss? Did y'all think? I think honestly, would you guys say this Raw was way better than the Go Home edition the past week that had people half sleep?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the first hour commercial free played a lot into that because they had to fill in stuff in that because they knew they had more wrestling space to fill in. What are y'all thoughts on that first hour commercial free gimmick they're doing?
I mean, I'm all for more commercial free wrestling because commercials come up. I tend to look at my phone, and the next thing I know, they're back, and I've missed something, and I'm like, God damn it! Just
Get back in the flow.
give me a match. Give me a match.
It's understandable.
Yeah. But I will say, like, Raw was just a much better show. What the fuck was Seth Rollins wearing, guys?
I think he walked to the wrong side of his closet. He went to Becky's side.
There's a picture. There's a picture of Nikki Bella wearing the same outfit somewhere years ago. He was like, look, that's his homage. He's like, hey, I am a Bella. What was her move? He was like, I'll hit the rack attack.
Bella Buster, the rack attack. I don't know.
2.0.
Twin Magic.
That would be weird if he rode under the ring and then Elias came out. Like, what the fuck is happening? Or no, Damian Sandow. I am Rollins.
Oh, that would be so
Twin
great.
Magic. They're like, guys, no one's fooled. That would be such a great gimmick. Just him coming out thinking he looks exactly like Seth Rollins. I would be laughing for like ever. I kid you not.
Having Damian Sandow with The Miz right now would be hilarious. With Dexter Lumis choking him out and then Damian Sandow choking himself out.
That would be pretty funny. What would be funnier is if I didn't have to watch in Norfolk, Virginia, the man that I really enjoy his work, get a bag of money. He literally got the bag.
Oh, Lord.
And then start handing out $100 bills to the liliest of white children in my face. And I was like, and then not only that, because he's like, okay, maybe, there wasn't any people of color around to, receive dollar bills at front row, blah, blah, blah. No, there was like 3 black kids that was like, hey, and he looks at them in their eyes with his creepy Dexter Lumis look. He's like, blue eyes. He said, I am the master race. And then he walked past them and gave $100 to another little white children. I was like, I don't like this.
Nah.
This feels like Philly's Sesame Street parade shit to me. I was like, it feels a little weird.
I remember when my Uncle Ted DiBiase did that to a poor black kid on Superstars when I was a little kid.
Smacked that basketball.
Yeah, that always has made me feel uncomfortable. Like, why do you have to be a little black kid?
And that little black kid grew up to be Virgil. His manservant. You can't beat him, work for him. Like, what the fuck? Damn it, Virgil.
Oh, man.
Wow. Yeah.
The original human growth hormone. He aged up in like 6 months and became Virgil.
Wow.
Sorry. BA, you can go quantum leap back and see the whole thing play out. I promise.
I can.
Front row.
Yes, I can. Out of head.
Go card him. It's like big. It's like a big situation with Tom Hanks.
Yep.
Like he really is a child, but he's in a adult Shazam-esque Virgil body. And you know what? He had to say the magic words, and the wizard told him, like, say the magic words and receive my power. He was like, what's the magic words? Fuck money. He turned to Virgil.
Fuck money, baby. Yes, sir.
Right.
All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to get into from Monday Night Raw?
Nah, I think we.
Theory.
I'm about to say his.
Cool
Speaking of Terminator earlier, he's dressed like how the Terminator dressed when he finds clothes. I'm here for it though. I like this new like tough theory gimmick that we got. Tough. TUFF.
Tough theory.
I would be okay with the segment of this show being called Tough Theory.
Yes,
I'm okay with that.
Yes,
I have no idea. And,
yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Be about,
as long as he continues this
not
gimmick,
be about him
we'll
at
work
all.
that in.
Like just our random theories about other things.
Yes,
Tough theories.
Sponsored
Tough
by
Theory.
There you go.
There.
Absolutely,
not mad at that.
20% off with the code territory.
KO beats Jey Uso.
Yeah,
Raw. It was a good Raw. It was a good Raw. But guys, it is the holiday season. Means you're gonna be around family. Means it's me and BA's birthday month. So I'm gonna be in these streets. So I got to get out there with some confidence. So I had to hit the Manscaped up and get that lawnmower and get it clean. Get it clean around the nads, if you will.
Which lawnmower? 2.0? 3.0?
Oh no, that 4.0. Oh yeah. lights shining so brightly, like 100 Christmas trees. Clean up everything down there so I can walk around with confidence when I'm just in the bar telling some girls I love them. You know, E-Ray, you know how I do. That being said, guys, Manscaped has decided they want to power this podcast, to power you through some self-confidence, to get out in these streets. Yeah. So go to manscaped.com and use the code Territory. Get 20% off and free worldwide shipping on anything on their store. That includes the lawnmower. That includes the nose hair trimmer. That includes the ball deodorant. That includes the travel bag. That includes the boxers. That includes the body wash. All of it. 20% off with the code Territory. And don't forget, free worldwide shipping. That being said, guys, NXT also happened this week. Did you guys watch it?
I need to know. How do you get that, Dub? What's the code?
The code is Territory. At manscaped.com.
Manscaped.com. Oh my gosh. If you ever wanted to give that dick in a box, this is the time. Get it cleaned up first. You don't just give the gift, you gotta wrap it properly.
Yeah, you do.
And that's what you do. You hit up Manscaped. They'll take care of all your needs, and
they give you the tools.
Just like wrestling, presentation is everything, people.
Facts. And that's a gimmick that must be worked.
Yes.
Manscaped.
And you will get your gimmick worked if you go holler at manscaped.com.
Speaking of worked, NXT went crazy this evening. But it
still the best show on television.
Yes, but they did try to sully the brand with the most unseasoned segments I've ever seen. I know you got we're in December now. It's officially December, and you guys have seen every year they do the year-end wrap-ups with like Joe Budden, Charlemagne, and B Dot, and they're just like everybody's in the office debating shit like yeah, but what about Lil Uzi Vert? Yeah, we like that shit. Nobody likes that shit. Stop lying, you fucking brainwashed teenagers. That's what it felt like. But the Caucasian Thanksgiving version, and I was like, this is awful. And it had Shawn Michaels, Alundra Blaze, Road Dogg, X-Pac, and someone else.
Molly
Holly in there talking about who deserves to be the Iron Survivor. And I was like, man, this is so bland. Y'all need a black person. This is what we be talking about. You need representation. A black person in a room would have made this segment so much more bearable. It was not almost. It was just as bad as those barbershop segments that they used to have with like 3 random white women, and then just like, oh, here's Carmelo and Trick, and then I don't know, DJ Khaled-esque barber, and I was like, this
random barber
is not the barbershop that anybody I know would be in. It's like, I'm already like, I don't trust this guy. And why is
all those white women in there, no mixed children?
They don't have the Bailey cut. You got just blonde extensions? Like, this ain't Rodeo Drive. And I was like, I damn sure ain't getting my hair cut on Rodeo Drive. $300 for some scissor clippings? Fuck out of here. Like, nigga, you know how to do a fade? I didn't think so. Get out of here. Go. Where is they probably changed it now. Back in my day when I was out being Hollywood E, it was Obama Boulevard. It's probably Biden Drive now. So you go down to Biden Drive, or you find you a Martin Luther King Boulevard because there's one everywhere. That shit gets scary.
Yeah,
like, woo, child.
For somebody who stood for nonviolence, there's always violence happening on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Hey, he had a dream. He didn't say he had the reality. But regardless to that fact, I watched that. They discussed who they thought the Iron Survivor should be. It was very entertaining, like, of who we were choosing, who we thought. But the one thing that stuck out to me, and I don't know if you guys caught it, they shat all over Indy Hartwell, and I was like, damn, She
Bro.
caught her straight.
Bro, killed her. They were like, yeah, the fans think she's over.
They're the only ones.
She doesn't believe in herself.
Yes, cameras running in here, guys. You know that, right? This is just talking shop.
Y'all know y'all got to see her later, right? Y'all work in the
Right.
same place.
Damn, imagine your boss is giving you an evaluation and you just get to watch it. like I mean, for the promotion, they talking about all these people who should get the promotion. Hey, her coworkers think she should get the promotion, but man, she sucked dick. Like
She ain't getting shit.
So I'm like, wow, that's pretty awful. So yeah, that was a rough look for me, and I was like, man, that ain't it.
So E-Ray, that being said, I think she's gonna win the whole thing.
Really?
Okay.
Because she's one of the competitors in the wild card challenge. Is going to be her versus Fallon Henley versus Wendy Chu. I think that's just the setup. I think she wins that, and I think she wins the whole thing.
You know how I feel about another woman that you mentioned there. So I love Indy, but my heart is with the Chu. Sorry.
Blue Chew?
Wendy Chu. But
We ain't got them.
never mind.
They're not powering this show yet. Stay tuned. No,
Wendy Chu is the. I was like,
But no, so, all right, guys, so let me run them down. So the contenders in the men's match so far, we got Carmelo Hayes, JD McDonough, Grayson Waller, and Joe Gacy. With a wild card match to get the last competitor, we got Vaughn Wagner, Axiom, and Andre Chase.
Axiom got to win, right? I kind of Axiom has grown on me. They figured out something that works. That initial introduction was ass, but again, a best of 5, best of 7 series always works. I don't think they've ever missed.
Just let him go out there and work. Don't try to convince me he's from math.
He's from math.
Right out of a fucking math.
He's from math.
Like
Steiner math.
that's how they presented it. Like where's he
Math.
from? He's from math.
That's what he does.
You're like, what?
He's a mathematicianologist.
So
like what?
So I have to do an equation to figure out where this guy's really from. Like that's lame, nerd.
All right, I got this dude does equations in the ring, but he's still getting chopped and DDT'd.
Right.
He must not be that good at math, motherfucker. He's just better or some shit.
Like I still want to ask somebody. Like his finisher is called the Golden Ratio Super Kick. The fuck does that mean?
Great question.
I don't know. Sounds.
And it's an awesome looking super kick because he delivers it almost like a normal super kick, but jumps at the end. So it looks phenomenal when he hits it. But what the fuck is a golden ratio?
Sounds.
Nope.
I was like,
What
sounds like
about
something
two?
from statistics from undergrad. I'd have to.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot of tapping in. That sounds like something I'd remember from my statistics experience.
11 divided by 13. I mean, what are we talking about? Anyways, so I think we all want to ask him to win that match. Who do we want to win the men's Iron Survivor Challenge, and why is it Carmelo Hayes? BA, let me start off with you.
So we can get the match we've been talking about since at least I've been on this show, which is him and Bron fighting for it all, and us booking him to go over like we do everybody on Bron. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that simple and short and sweet. That's the main reason why Melo needs to and deserves to win this crazy ass Double Dare Legends of the Hidden Temple Survivor match that HBK wanted to put on in his NXT.
That's fair. That's fair.
I got a slightly different take. I'm gonna take the same road, but in a different destination. I agree with BA. I think Carmelo just needs to win it. It's clear he has the star power. He is the guy. He is him, as he likes to say. But I think he needs to go ahead and win it because then you get the match that we actually want to see, which is Carmelo versus Apollo. Because Apollo Crews is going to take that belt because he said himself, this leads me into one of my favorite parts of NXT this week, which was Apollo Crews and Bron Breakker at a diner, just having a very candid, like, one-off, square-off kind of conversation against each other. Two guys that are not known for their promo work. Having a fantastic promo. Last time I criticized Bron for taking us fishing. And of course, Apollo Crews is the equalizer, so he's got visions now, and he, like, the spirits of his ancestors and all kinds of shit coming out of his body. But he's just sitting there eating some eggs and writing in his journal. And Bron pulls up to him, and they're just having like a nice little tit for tat conversation. And I thought that shit was so well done, and they both executed fantastically. I was like, good job, guys. I fuck with what y'all got going right now. So I loved it. And Bron said, has your predictions or your visions ever been wrong? And he said no. I don't know how long he's had these predictions, because I don't think he had these premonitions back when he was on the main roster. But since
when he was an African warlord,
yeah, that, or before that, when he was like big buff Bagwell, just body posing with like all these weird smiling gimmicks and stuff like that. I don't know, but all I'll say is I really enjoyed that promo off, and I think Apollo needs to win. Am I wrong in this? Like, this is not me just booking anybody over Bron at this time. I think Apollo called it out when he got there. He had the feud with Waller. It elevated Waller, and it put things in perspective and made him look good. You seen he made some good points that Bron went against Von Wagner. Von Wagner was stronger than him, but he wasn't fast enough. And now you're going to get somebody in Apollo Crews that is both faster and possibly stronger than Bron Breakker. And I would love to see them like have a really good match, and then Apollo Crews pulling it off. Like, that excites me for the possibilities of this brand with him holding the belt, even if it's just a transitional champion for Carmelo Hayes to get the belt.
So, BA, even when we're not talking about Bron Breakker losing the title, E-Ray looked himself in the mirror while you were talking and said, they not talking about Bron Breakker losing that title, but you get in there and you make it about Bron Breakker losing that goddamn title.
Like Issa talking to herself in the mirror. I'm going to do it.
It's an interesting concept, E. I'm not going to lie to you. I think Grayson Waller's winning this whole thing. I think that's the guy that they use to take that belt off of Bron Breakker, because he can do it with the heel heat he needs, and it gives them a reason just to send Bron straight to the main roster. Like, why? You held the belt for 6 months. You don't need a rematch. You don't need a send off feud. Just and then see Bron Breakker in the Rumble. I think Apollo will be a good person to take that belt off of Grayson Waller. But I also think it's just time for Melo to go. Just go to SmackDown.
You just sending everybody to SmackDown. Bro. Hey, you. What you doing? Go to college. And then go to SmackDown. Like you the AC/DC college guy.
But Grace is gonna be there for a while longer, because he's gonna have that belt, and Apollo's gonna be a guy that can hold that belt while they bring up the next batch of guys, whether that be, Joe Gacy at the top of the card for longer, some more of the NXT UK guys, Big Body Javi, who we're all real high on because he's just a star. But yeah, I'm picking Waller to win this whole thing,
smell?
man.
It's my BBC. Big body cologne. I was like, yo, this guy is wild. And then the crowd, the NXT arena is going, BBC. I'm like, dog, this is incredible.
2022 is a weird place.
It's so good. So I have to say, I love Carmelo. I love what's going on with, Big Body Javi and all these people. I think there's a few people that I just could not bear to win this Iron Survivor / the belt. One would be Bron Breakker just retaining, period. I would hate that. Two, I would hate if Grayson Waller wins. Like, Grayson Waller holding that championship is almost as bad as Bron holding the championship. Not again, it's not in the heel work. Heel work's fantastic, right? But realistically, it's just like, damn, we need a little more from him. And I think that belt is really like, it should be the workers' belt, because NXT belt was always like the belt of the workers. Then the North American Championship kind of became that, and the NXT belt still was that until this 2.0 era, and that's what really kind of blew me with that. So I'm still living maybe in the past, maybe in a bygone era, but
a little bit.
The only other thing I would love to see, wild card here, Dijak winning it all.
Man,
taking that belt
from the return on,
because he got it, and I think it would be incredible to watch him hold that belt, because he has the presence of Bron, but the experience of everybody else that I would love to watch, and he could kick so much ass and put on those banger matches, be a tweener, kind of evil, kind of great guy. Like, he'll be evil, but you'll just end up liking him because of how he works. And I just see that he could be great if you allow him to be.
Support for Let Me Book the Territory is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate man hygiene bundle.
Join over 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free shipping worldwide with the code Territory at manscaped.com. And if my math is correct, that's about 14 million balls.
Dang, A-Dub, that's a lot of balls, man. But you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code Territory at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code Territory. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Get that T-bar stink off of him and just have him there as a fucking menace. And then he can take the belt from Apollo Crews, and it's believable. And then have a reign of terror for like 6-7 months to a year, and then you can bring them back to the main roster the proper way, kind of like they did your boy with Scarlett.
Cross, yeah, not mad at that. All right, so the women's match. So in this match, I've already told you guys who I think is going to win. So we got Zoe Stark, we got Cora Jade, we got Roxanne Perez, Kiana James, which is a surprising one for me. And again, the wildcard competitors I mentioned. E-Ray, who do you think is going to win this match?
I don't know. It's very hard to see anybody really taking that belt, because I'm always thinking about like what that means. Your win means you will face for the title. I would say I love Roxanne, but I think Zoe Stark is proving that it's her time. Sometimes heels just work. Like, and maybe I know I'm a big heel guy, but something about heels just make me so happy. Like, maybe it's the evil in my heart. I don't know what it is, but I just enjoy a good heel match and good heel work. And Zoe, I couldn't stand her when they put her with EO, and she was all like so happy to be here and generic Jones. Now she feels like a fucking psycho threat, and I love it. I'm so excited about it, and I want her to just win all the shit. Like, I don't think Nikita Lyons is ready yet. I think Roxanne can do the job. I think we can have. Honestly, I think Cora Jade would be a good contender. But when I see the next champion, it looks like Zoe Stark to me. BA.
BA, I know you're like high out of your mind right now, but who are you picking to win this match, and why are you picking Kiana James?
First and foremost, took a diet smoke gummy, so I'm not high out of my mind. I'm feeling good, but I'm absolutely functioning and able to answer this question.
That's because BA's nodes are numb to the shenanigans. Us beginners over here, we be Zoe Stark. I'm in the match. I am the Iron Survivor of
One
of the
diet smoke
temple.
gummy had me stuck on my chair watching South Park, not even laughing, just saying that's
just
funny.
I get it, man. I mean,
Just
I put my time in decade ago, so I get where y'all at. I understand. I've been out here. I can't leave these streets, and I probably never will. But to answer you guys,
Damn, you sound like me now.
hey man, listen. As far as the women's Iron Survivor Challenge match, the only one I feel confident to say is honestly Roxanne, just because she's the one that has the experience. I want to be your man.
Yeah, that's why you're saying
No, I was
you ain't slick.
I was just singing the song. But no, man, she's proven it in her in her track record at NXT since she's been here. And then also having previous experience on the scene and other promotions, that she can be the one once Lamanda is officially called back to the main roster. She can hold the torch of putting on the women's title and keeping it to that level that Lamanda has kept it at, that past champions have hoisted it up to. So yeah, she the only one I confidently want to say. I wanted to say Cora Jade, but she ain't ready yet. I know they feel really good about her, and you can tell in the booking of her.
I think
not yet, man. I think I'm jumping.
Hey, you're ready.
Am I still in your? Dub, stay ready, man. That's why he in these streets.
Relax.
Dub is literally wearing a shirt that says "Shoot your shot" right now as we record this episode.
Yeah,
so
in gooey letters.
He's
like, Dub is sick. Dub goes out every weekend looking for a Cora Jade or Cora Jane Doe, whatever. He doesn't care.
My man.
And that's exactly. That's what he calls them. Like anybody who makes it out, he's like, "You're the Iron Survivor." She's like, "Where?"
Like Slider got
the shoe.
But yes, I think I jumped ahead on who I.
You took 5 pop-up power bombs and a pile driver.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Too sweet.
So I think I might have.
it was too sweet. You're right. I eat a lot of pineapple.
I'm gonna save Dub and give him some bail, as my
Guys,
brothers
love
would
new
say.
flavor. Pineapple surprise coming.
Lord, I think I stole Dub's surprise of who he was gonna pick for this match. So Dub, who would you choose to win the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge?
I'm picking Indy Hartwell. I think she's gonna win that wild card match and then win the whole thing. I like the idea of Roxanne. I think Roxanne Perez will really benefit for them being like a mid card title for the women. I think because she has that, I don't want to say mellow type work rate, but she just has like a solid work rate at all times.
It's ring work that you want to watch,
and you're like,
oh, I like this.
Yeah, but then at the same time, you're like, but I don't think she's like main title ready yet, character wise. Exactly. So if you were to put a belt on her, a mid card belt, and just have her on TV consistently working, trying new character stuff out because she's in legit rivalries because people are coming for her belt. Then by the time they take the belt off of her, you can be like, yo, she found her thing. She found her thing, and then she get challenged for a main title. That's just my opinion on her. But I think just because the way they shit on Indy Hartwell, I think that they were just setting her up to win that whole thing. I don't know if she beats Lamanda Rose, the forever champion, but we'll see.
Shit, Lamanda Rose, it's like she's better than Bron. I do see some people hating on her, but I don't understand how. She's made the championship, the women's championship, very exciting. And like between her and Toxic Attraction, her matches have not been cheese at all. I really enjoyed pretty much every single title match she's had. And honestly, I don't be knowing if she's going to win or not. Like that suspension of disbelief. Like it's not really there. I don't have to suspend my disbelief. I'm like, oh, they might take this belt off her, and then she wins again. I'm like, oh, nice match, great, super up knee or something, just knock a bitch out. Like, yeah. I just fuck with the aesthetic. I fuck with her attitude. She looks great. She's like a really good champion, and she can. Like, she's not trash in the ring. She
man.
Has
that flying knee look almost as good as Kenny's. That's all I'm saying.
All right. You going crazy.
I said almost. I
mean, you just be looking at that. You be looking at the ass move. You like, oh.
I was about to say, maybe I just like to see her do it better, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think that
might be it.
Excuse my homerism of being a man, but yes.
You went a little wild, but that's okay. I feel you, because...
You're objectifying there.
Speaking of objectification, did y'all catch?
Electra Lopez was on my TV. What? Huh?
I mean, that wasn't as crazy as that Royal Jelly Rumble that was yeah.
I don't think you're ready for it.
I was like, there was Caden. There was Nikita, there was Gigi, and there was LaManda Rose. I'm like, guys.
Birthday cakes.
It was
holiday
and this is the thing. I'm not one of those losers that's like, oh, I love the wrestling ladies. And like, I love a good match and good work rate. But this
Christmas cake.
But at the same time, my gosh, was it a joy to see? And then it was a joy to see. It was like, hey, all the things are working for me. I am very happy with this. There was no issue for me. I really enjoyed this match.
Tuesday night cakes.
Yeah, right. It was a cake off. It was the great bake off. And I was like,
Cake XT.
Yeah, it was incredible. CXT. And I was very happy to watch this. Did y'all catch that match? And what were your thoughts?
Can I just say real quick, Nikita folding when she was trying to throw that kick was the funniest thing I've seen in wrestling all year. Because some people didn't understand it. I totally got it. She was trying to throw that spin kick, but then her plant leg just went down and she continued to spin. It just looked so funny. Especially if you don't know what she was looking at.
That is the big woman still here. My girl calls her such a big woman. So I just be laughing. She's like, she just big. I was like,
shit. You're right, she is. Shit.
It's a lot of woman.
It's a whole lot of woman. And I was like, yeah.
Look at BA about to fold like
get up. That's why I was like, shit.
Get on
up. Let me get up.
But no, like everything about that match was good except for the ending. Oh, the ending was botched so bad.
Remind the people of what the ending.
They went for that high-low and they mistimed it. I was like, oh, somebody got kicked in the back of the shin. And then the clothesline came like 10 seconds later. Yeah. All right, I guess, guys. Which is like unfortunate because Gigi and JC, they had that move timed up so well after the first couple of times they did it. And this time it just
Gigi can do no wrong in my eyes.
That was bad. Cakes.
Man,
holiday.
It's like they're getting cakier. She's getting cakier by the month. But let me stop.
Batter.
It was just Thanksgiving, BA. Come on now.
She definitely had seconds and thirds and all the. Stop, Brian. Stop, BA. Stop.
You know where all that slave food that they eat at Thanksgiving go? Right to the cakes.
We're gonna get ourselves out of this because I got a lot of things to say that should not be said. So let's keep it going.
I get some Black Friday sales. Anyway.
Just saying. Cakes.
Joking, guys. This is our objectivity hour. We're just being objectifying of women and such because they're beautiful and we don't know them personally. When you know them personally, you really show the love, you know? But as just admirers of the brand, No, that I agree with you 100%, A-Dub. I love the match. Did not really love the finish though. Yeah, it was a little clunky, but I mean, at the end, I like that they built in they jumped, or Zoe Stark jumped, or I guess not jumped, she just beat her ass. Nikita Lyons, and then Caden. I like the little, like, kind of the friendship just building between those gals. I really like the TikTok tag team. They've grown on me, and it's like they're fun to watch. Even little Katana Chance. Like, I like it. I enjoy this. So it is what it is for me. Personally, I think this was a fun NXT. Also, let's not forget Von Wagner getting that ass tagged by Odyssey Jones wearing a Godfather t-shirt. Godfather merch on the way. Love it.
Yeah, I need that.
Huge fan of what they're doing with Odyssey Jones. Did he lose weight while he was gone? Do you guys think he lost some weight? Looks like.
I don't know. I think he's just wearing clothes. just
Or that.
He's like he's just wearing better fit clothes.
Yeah, just look. He's just like, yeah, I'm just chilling. You know, he ain't did much.
He went to Destination X.
He went to the Godfather's Club and get aboard the whole train. And, you know, things happen.
Not mad at that. There's cakes there too. Cakes.
See ya.
All right, gentlemen. It's been like 2 hours. We got anything else we want to discuss? Do we want to dive into AEW? Because they don't have a pay-per-view for like 9 months.
I mean,
they're building towards
quickly.
building.
There are
building.
only a few things worth mentioning. Did you guys see Dynamite?
No.
I saw some.
No,
and then I watched. I saw the first hour, and then I watched the rest through Twitter and Twitter's conversation because I don't got time for this, man.
Okay, so BA, give me what you witnessed through Twitter conversation. I think that's way hilarious.
I saw the Jade stuff through conversation.
Didn't we all?
Yeah.
Gosh, I thought we were out of the objectification hour.
I feel like I saw what I needed
back,
to see.
guys.
Like I saw the match I was there to see. I saw my guy Uncle Dax and BD go at it, and that was a fire match. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm trying to dig us out of this objectification hole, guys. Let me work here.
No, it's okay. Anybody who's seen Jade Cargo coming out looking like
Heyday,
the 2022. I was saying, yeah, you're right.
She looked like a tax return that came early, bro.
Bruh. She looked like Storm mixed with 90s.
Like early check
I was like, oh my god.
deposit.
It was incredible. She came out with the green mink and then just a money, I don't even know, leotard 2-piece.
And Triple H wants us to watch Ronda Rousey.
Right, you out your damn mind. You're gonna put the bland man on my TV,
right?
And think that's gonna compete with the Cargo,
right? We got oatmeal with no sugar on Raw, or excuse me, SmackDown, and then you got on Dynamite. You got like your grandma's mac and cheese. Like, come on, now.
Right? With the yams on it and the green juice dripping.
Jade Cargo got me paying attention to what Bow Wow
right.
was doing.
That's impressive.
The Prince of the Old Town.
Good Lord. Ain't the Prince of this old town.
Be in Columbus, never seen Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Please, all I need him to lock up with Jade one good time, and in the match, you just gotta go, let me hold you. And I'm like, I'm fucking going nuts.
All the time. I won't. Sorry.
You gotta do that.
TK would get his Booker of the Year back with that one.
He does that move, and then she gets caught in it. Like, I can't get out.
That would be hilarious.
I would cry.
And then it'd be even better if Shivani said, "Is that the Yeti?" No, that would like no Shivani.
Yes.
And so outside of the Jade and Bow Wow shenanigans, we had match 3 of the best of 72 series of the Elite versus Death Triangle. Gotta say, they got me. That fucking entrance is amazing. Kansas, the white, the Kenny Omega looking like a fucking jacked stallion. It's incredible. We just carry on my wayward son. Boom, boom. And oh my gosh. And then he closed the show like only Kenny does. It felt incredible. Those guys, it's gonna work. That fucking best of 70s series, they know. They took a note from WWE. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. And they was like, you know what? This shit will not be on Rampage because we don't care about that show.
Openly admitting it.
Any of those.
Without openly admitting it. We don't fucking care.
When was the last time y'all watched Rampage?
Hey, the Rampage this past Friday did the biggest ratings pop it ever did because it came out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I saw that on Twitter.
No.
Wait.
Because it came out at 4
Black
o'clock.
Friday.
Black Friday. Everybody at home hung over off of food and just going for their fifth plate of
Food drunk.
stuffing and turkey.
And I still didn't watch
I
it.
didn't. I was asleep.
Wasn't doing shit else, and I
Playing
still
the
didn't
Quarry
watch
or
it.
something. But I gotta say, man, it was really fun to watch those guys go at it again. The Elite, they're getting that baby face energy on, but they kind of still close the show a little heelish. And yeah, I'm interested to keep watching these matches go. But I think I need them to do a little bit more storytelling. But they are spot fest. They are spot monkeys, and I love it. The shit that they do is just like, wow. I've never seen that before, but love that. Outside of that, the only other thing that was worth mentioning, there's two last things, and we can kind of close the show here. There was a tiny little thing, and I'm like, is this racist or is this authentic? Gotta ask that question to myself sometimes. Powerhouse Hobbs had the blackest vignette I've ever seen on wrestling television. It was some dudes shooting some dice, and these wasn't just like some random dressed black people that were in the alley. These look like some real niggas sitting there in the alley shooting dice. Hey, and then they look, and Powerhouse Hobbs walking around his big buff ass in a hoodie, like they think they know me. They don't know, and they're like, man, who's that nigga? So I was like, whoa, shit. They're like, I don't know that dude. They stopped shooting their dice. They start looking at him because he look all crazy, and then he walked past, and he's like, they don't know my struggle. Dude had a polo shirt on. I'm like, this is real. This is somebody's spot. This is somebody's neighborhood. This looks so authentic. And then he walked into a barber shop, and it was like 2 black kids there. And it was probably their mom, and you know how the barbershop quiet down when the woman's in there. They're like, all right, guys, let's be respectful. And then as soon as she walk out, did you see that ass? So I was like, that is so authentic. I loved every bit of that. And then there was the MJF, I don't know if you call it debacle thing. I don't know, whatever you do. It was an effort to keep MJF ultra heel. He changed the belt, air quotes, to put Burberry leather strap on the same AEW title. He said this title's trash, and then he changed it to the Burberry strap. It's mid. and then
it's the baby shower title.
Absolutely. You gotta be there in the corner, like sipping your drink. Like, damn, I really didn't pull out. Like you said, like, damn. All right, well, I'm here now.
Absolutely. E-Ray, when you get ready to have kids, trust me, you're getting that.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm gonna sit there like
they gonna ask, "Oh, Dub, where'd you get the baby?" I'm like, goddamn thing. What? Got this title belt from my man's. He won the sex.
He won the sex.
All the sex.
The name of this episode has to be "He Won the Sex." I don't care. Doesn't make any sense. He won the sex. or I don't know. But yes, anywho, that was incredible. I didn't care for the title. I think the title's kind of mid. And then he did the ultimate, let's try to keep him as heel as possible move, and then he bust William Regal in the head and left him laying there injured and left.
KO.
Yeah,
Wasted.
For real.
KO. So, how do you guys feel about MJF turning on William Regal after literally just getting aligned with William Regal? It seems like same thing he just did with Stokely, the same thing he does with pretty much everybody. So it's kind of becoming like, hey, why would you be KO's best friend type of situation? Like, you shouldn't work with this guy because he's going to turn on you. And AEW doesn't let many things turn out. So it's like, oh, you got about 2 weeks.
So I just want to say, I think they just been listening to the pod, if we're being honest. We are the most influential wrestling pod of all time. And we said, turning MJF face would be the worst decision ever. So they said, we can't even let the card look in that direction. We're just going to turn right on a one-way street. Boom. Just keep him all the way heel. And the rumors are running rampant that Regal's probably leaving, going back home.
Yeah.
So what better way to write him off TV than to give him a brain injury?
He straight collapsed like
off TV.
Peter
Give
Griffin.
him an aneurysm.
Right. He fell down like a Family Guy bit, bro.
Yeah, because I do have the theory now that William Regal was just a Triple H plan over there. He went over there and told all the guys, hey, Triple H is coming home. Do you want your point? You want to stay over here with Tony and all this cocaine, or do you want your point? You want your point?
Right. Do you want to be superimposed on a background for AEW, or do you want the point?
Yeah. You want your point? Come on.
AEW Dynamite, Rampage. William Regal.
Do you want to go to Chicago 100 times a year, or do you want your point? Which one?
Do you want your catchphrase?
Which one?
Look, I can't get it out of my mind now. William Regal is the Manchurian Candidate. Like, he just got to say one word. Triple H just whispers a word. He just goes, War Games, and then
it has to be War Games.
Goes, and he starts wigging out, and he just murders people. He kills QT Marshall, then walks into Tony K's office, kicks the door down. Guess what? I got family here, and you're beautiful, man. You're beautiful, but my friend Barrett said he got some bad news. Hey, William, what you doing with that shotgun? K.O.
Bad news.
And then Tony's sitting there bleeding out, and Tony's like, yeah, I don't feel any of this. I just did a whole mountain of cocaine.
Hey, William Regal is the Manchurian Candidate. Book it. He will be back on NXT and WWE television. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be glorious. And then he's going to yell War Games. So that means next year, Survivor Series, War Games will be back.
I think
You heard it first.
next week, can we get into the whys and I want to get into the whys of the Regal move next week. We'll save that for next week.
Okay.
Bullet point that.
Okay.
For sure.
Just remind us, put on the docket.
We'll do.
But with that said, guys, we've reached that magical end of this beautiful journey. It has been another fantastic episode of Let Me Book the Territory with the fellas. BA, let them know where they can find you.
They can definitely find us still, as long as Twitter is still standing, at Let Me Book Pod.
Elon's house.
Yes, aka Elon's house. Do not mention his name in vain upon walking in his house, or he will get you suspended till further notice. But outside of that, engaging, trying to shoot the shit, not offend too many people on Twitter and all that fun stuff.
Please stop doing that.
Yeah, I'm calming down.
Everybody hates BA. Everybody hates BA.
I'm still making friends on there. Some people fuck with me, but yeah, on Twitter, and then out here in these streets trying to work the business end of the pod on the back end. So yeah, man, just out here wheeling and dealing like a DiBiase's supposed to do, man. About this bread, trying to get everybody in the bread.
Guess what?
The bread boat.
The fellas definitely got a price.
Yes, we do. Damn right.
And
yeah, guys. And if you're looking for me,
A-Dub.
the phenomenal A-Dub Styles, if you will, every Tuesday, me and John are back on the Embrace the Turn Up podcast. Only got a couple more episodes for you before we go on our winter vacation.
How many of those diet smokes you pop, brother?
Hey,
summer,
man,
spring, fall, motherfucker, I'm out of here.
I'm just quantum leaping, trying to catch up with BA, that's all.
Your brain.
So yeah, you can catch me anywhere on the socials at ADUB1220. I'm out there on Twitter trying to keep the peace between BA and the neckbeards. And I'm on Instagram just liking all the thirst traps. So go ahead, hit that follow button, and let me fuck up your algorithms one good time. E-Ray, take us out of here.
Guys, you can also find me at _RAY_ the bad guy on the Instagrams. I am currently just sitting in my home playing great video games. I've been playing The Quarry. I've been watching fantastic television, gearing up for the second season of Binge Flicks and Chill, brought to you by Inaudible Ruckus and the sweet Inaudiverse. When I am not here at Let Me Book, you can also find me at Inaudible Ruckus Podcast every Saturday for the most part. And we're going to be doing some cool interactions. You might hear some of the other fellas here voices pretty soon as we start doing a lot of cross collaborations and having some fun over there as well. Just talking all types of mainstream bullshit. But other than that, you can find me in the Twitter sphere at _RAY the hipster. Other than that, though, guys, as A-Dub loves to say when he is not watching porn threads, too sweet me when you see me. When BA has his chesticles manscaped, he looks at his wife and says everything is wrestling before he power bombs her through the mattress.
And then tells her the discount code is territory where you get 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Yes. All of that.
Oh, so there will be a sponsor for mattresses soon because BA power bombs his wife to make more babies. Other than that, guys, we are out. Let the madness wash over you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.